How's that?
Hey guys, we are day 2 on Dravuni, and have a look at this for a sunrise. This is what I woke up to. There's the view obviously from inside the hammock, outside the hammock. Absolutely stunning. Alright, just to give you a bit of a better perspective on where I'm at and how beautiful this place is. She is just lovely. That camera's not doing it any justice at all. Alright gang, so yeah, I was just strolling along the beach here and struck up a conversation with one of the local lads, and he went into, naturally as we do on the islands, talking about fishing, spearfishing, all the rest of it. He prefers line fishing and his favourite fish is puka puka. I forgot the bloke's name, terrible. But yeah, he went into this crazy yarn about how he'd taken the boat out, and he goes out on the boat all the time, and the engine cut out when they were like 40 minutes offshore, and yeah, basically the wind direction was not in their favour, and they got blown the whole way past Kandavu, which meant next stop New Zealand, no engine, nothing. So they did 3 days on the boat. 3 days on a boat intended for a short day trip to grab some fish, and then they prayed and they hoped and they wished and stuff, and the wind changed, and then they got brought close enough to the island that they could validate ditching the boat and swim into shore, because of the winds changed and obviously pushed the boat in a bit closer, and they knew roughly where they were, to the islands and stuff. So then they swam for like 6-7 hours and got themselves back to the shore. Luckily nobody drowned, but there were no life jackets, there were no beacons, no radio, no flares, nothing that they could do to signal to everybody else. They just kind of relied on the weather, fair bit of luck, and that was it. And luckily they all made it back. How hectic's that? Imagine how many people have been in a similar situation where you've been out in the blue and the boat's died, but you've just called in on the radio, or you've popped a flare, or you've done something and you've just been rescued. 4 days on a boat, and then making the call to ditch the boat and swim back to shore against current, against waves. That's pretty gnarly. I think everybody would get their personal best swim in. When you're swimming for your life, you got something to swim for. But still, that is absolutely hectic, and I just thought I'd share it with you guys because of, yeah, what a story. Like, geez, you wouldn't want to be stepping foot in a boat anytime soon after that. At least not without a paddle or a life jacket or something. But there you go, this is Fiji. This is how it's done on the islands, and people do this for survival.
Is it like this?
Yeah. So out of this, what do you call this?
Double.
Tavola. Tavola. You get these little nuts, and they're similar in taste, like a monkey nut crossed with an almond. They're really good. This is the beautiful island of Dravuni. It sits on the northern end of Kandavu, and it is just a stunning island with incredible reef surrounding. The colour of the water here is just absolutely insane. And these are the boats that we'll be using for today. We're taking Tay and Natha's kids out. We start the morning with basically just collecting burley for the doggies that we're going to target. So we're after Fusilier. Here you can see I shoot a fusey and he gets away. This really hurts, but I always keep my eye open for them. A couple of reefy sharks hanging on the ledge. This is the same fish I'd shot earlier, so it was brilliant for me to be able to bring him under control and, yeah, not have a fish out there with a permanent injury. We took 5 of these Fusilier for the day to be used as burley for doggies, but sadly the GoPro 9 began to have difficulties, and this was the start of the end for the GoPro 9, but I managed to capture some other footage after we had a crack at the blue water stuff. So not much happened out in the blue water. We just used the flasher and the burley, and same deal as yesterday. We just had sharks, sharks, sharks. We did this for about 2.5 hours, and then we just decided to head into the reef. Here you can see a moo that almost got away from me. This is probably the easiest moo I've ever shot in my life, and I got a nice stone shot on him on a bit of an awkward angle, but it yeah, put him out. How's the white tip just coming straight in for that fish? I like moo. This guy was maybe like 42, 45 centimeters, so a pretty good sized moo. Next up is the small-toothed jobfish. These guys don't get particularly big here in Fiji, but the locals love them, so they're fun to shoot as well. Grab one on a nice little stone shot, lights out. It's always satisfying when you've hit the fish in the right spot and you've just put him out. Didn't know anything happened. That's a clean death. Here you can see me targeting another small-toothed jobfish. You can see him just in the reef there. You'll notice I'm holding my gun with 2 hands. I do this for long shots. Just gives me that extra bit of reach and accuracy. Bang! Lights out as well. These fish were shot like 3 minutes apart, and both of them were stone shots at pretty good distance. I got my eye dialed in for this one, and the Vendetta 115 isn't letting me down. And guys, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Chuck a thumbs up and drop a comment. I answer every single question, comment, statement. Let's go. The 2 big fish that you can see in the backdrop there, they're 2 big sweet lip. The Fijians love them, but this one spot snapper just came into my path, and yeah, had to take him for the bag. When the Fijians cook these guys, they really like getting stuck into the meat surrounding the head. So they'll suck into all the cheek meat, all of the muscle along the top of the head. This fish has been known to carry ciguatera, which I didn't know at the time, but the head is probably like where the ciguatera concentrates the most. So if you are eating these one spot snapper, I definitely wouldn't recommend, if there's ciguatera in the area, to eat the heads. Here we have a midnight snapper. This is just a juvenile, but still delicious eating. They've got a really nice flesh to them, and yeah, I have no problem taking a couple of these on my dives. They're beautiful and also very fun to hunt. So you can see I'm just checking over a ledge here just to have a look. So most of the hunting that I was doing on this reef is literally just kind of dropping in and just staying calm and descending down to the bottom. I did try an awful lot to be on the bottom and scratch up coral, pat some sand, and it just didn't seem to have any effect on fish in this area. So just going for drifty shots like this. Paddle tail almost got away from me, but yeah, I don't think he quite realizes how quickly this gun cuts through the water. Hand it over to Tay's kid, and we're heading back. We managed to salvage a massive buoy, and another quickly hopped in the spot and got a cray. Alright, so let's quickly go through today's catch. Speared a tropical snapper, which at the moment we're just calling a red tropical snapper. I'm sure it's got another name, but super cool fish. Then I shot one of these, black spot, which is basically like a Moses patch. Again, good eating snapper. Yummy. Then we got a midnight snapper, which isn't the biggest one, but I mean, yeah, it's still chuffed with it. And then we've got my favourite fish of the day. Oh, actually, I'm missing a moo. I shot 2 of these. This is the main event. This is the main boy. How good's that? We've just got back from another dive, and what a day. Couldn't believe it. I got a nice moo. Like, we didn't see any doggies or anything, but smacked a pretty good moo. Well, smacked two of them, but one was like exceptional. Got some tropical snapper and stuff, and then yeah, just had a great day in the water really. Viz was pretty clear, like it was on and off, like good and bad. It was just another cracking day in the water, so we're gonna have lobster for lunch with some breadfruit, and then I think I'm gonna go back with Marla to the other island. So yeah, another cracking day. I'll report after the shower.
Yeah, breadfruit.
How's that? Yeah. Tropical cray. Just boiled?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wowza. The colours on. Absolutely amazing. And then breadfruit?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm stoked for breadfruit.
Chicken curry.
Chicken curry, and breadfruit again?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? Alright. Tropical painted cray. Bit chilly, bit mayo, delicious. Next up, breadfruit. Doesn't have a strong flavour, but tastes good. So I had delicious lunch, then I had a nap, and now we're off. So we're saying Mother to Dravuni. This place is absolutely paradise. Then we head back to Kandavu, and unfortunately the GoPro is having a really bad day. We keep switching out the batteries, the SD cards, but for whatever reason the GoPro 9 just keeps failing to record. So we head back in the early afternoon. We get back to Kandavu, to Vathalea, and unfortunately the GoPro just seized up and stopped working. So I wish you good night. Guys, stay tuned for next week because we're getting stuck into some nice big reefies for the last dive of Kandavu. Hey, good morning everyone. Alright, so we are Thursday, I think we're day 3, day 4 on we're day 2